Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 4 of Pokemon Evolutions is here, and this is the Unova episode. Right now I'm at work, so my mic is probably gonna sound different. I just took my lunch break and I just saw the episode, so I wanted to record my quick thoughts on it. This episode might be one of my favorites so far just because it does what I've been asking for from the other 3 Evolutions episode. It expands on and gives us a different perspective on the events of the game. And in this case, we'd see things from Ghetsis and En's points of view. First of all, before we even talk about the episode, I've gotta talk about the animation, or more likely the art here. I don't know what they changed from the previous episodes, but this episode looks fantastic. It almost looks like watercolor when you look at the backgrounds, and there's specific blurring on the line work that makes the whole thing feel like it's the telling of a legend. Whoever made that decision, that was a fantastic one. Like I said, this is an episode looking at the Unova story from the point of view of En and Ghetsis. What I find interesting is that both here and in the game, we don't really learn much about En's origin story. He just happens to be a kid who seems to be able to talk to Pokemon, and Anthea and Concordia take care of him here too. But besides that, we don't really get anything extra. That's okay though, because the next bit is one of my favorite bits in the episode. Remember the intro from Black and White? We get small bits of photo animation to show how Ghetsis made En the king. Well, this episode really fleshes that out. We get gorgeous lighting and moody atmosphere to show the entire moment, and this also shines a light on the theory of Ghetsis only having one arm. Seems like that might be more due to the lighting in the room only being from one side. That's why one of his arms looks so bright compared to the other, but of course I also know that it's supposed to represent truth and ideals, black and white. This episode is also slightly different from the other episodes as they aren't really afraid of showing the faces of the protagonists, specifically Hilda. Hilda in this episode gets way more coverage than all of her other counterparts, and in this case, her starter seems to be a Tepig. This episode also makes it explicit that Ghetsis is the bad guy. I don't think it's really part of the discourse anymore, but I remember when Black and White first came out, people really didn't understand the character of Ghetsis. They would just look at the plan of Team Plasma in general and say, hey, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. However, this makes it pretty clear. Ghetsis was just lying to number 1 steal Pokemon and number 2 fulfill his own ambitions. He didn't really truly believe in the liberation of Pokemon. And it also seems that this episode is the story of Pokemon Black, because we get to see En capture Zekrom and make his way to the Pokemon League, and there we also get another additional moment that we didn't get to see in the game. We get to see the final moments of his battles against Alder, where Alder tries to tell him about Ghetsis' true ambitions. However, En has already made up his mind. And I'm not really mentioning this, but throughout the telling of the story, we continue to see Ghetsis get closer and closer to his ambition of world domination. One thing this episode doesn't do though is explain how Team Plasma were able to create a giant castle in the middle of the Elite Four without anyone noticing. I'm sure there is some reason in the game, but honestly, it's something that baffles me even to this day. And after an awesome battle sequence between En and Alder, which sees En winning, we are then led to the end of the story where Hilda goes to En's castle. She has the Lightstone, which could be used to summon Reshiram, and the episode ends with her stepping forward as En is ready to battle with his Zekrom on his side. By the way, did En's Zekrom really have to break through the castle to make an entrance? Kinda seems overdramatic, doesn't it? Regardless, that was the end of the episode. Like I said before, this might be my favorite episode so far. It expands on and fills in the story beats laid out in the story of Black and White but never really shown or explained. It shows us how Ghetsis first met En, it shows us his coronation, it shows us his capture of the legendary Pokemon, something we didn't get to see in the game, and we get to see bits of his battle against the reigning champion at the time, Alder. The style of art in this episode is also gorgeous, and it really feels like it's telling an old legend, and the music is also great as always. This is a fantastic episode. Go ahead and check it out. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 4 of Pokemon Evolutions. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming, and that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.